Welcome to javaqueries.com. Hello, this is Nagendra Chanda, today's speaker for session 5 on Java programming language. Important things to know. First thing is I would like to mention, if somebody is already having an experience from any programming language and aware about this data types, declaration of variables and assignments, loop condition statements, etc., please skip this video because it might be sounding poor for you. This is covered basically keeping audience or my site subscribers who does not have any programming background. So data types, let's see, examine one by one. So there are different types of data. Height 6.5, it is like a decimal or a float number. So basically when it has like 6.5, it's a decimal number, so it's a different data. When compared to age is equal to 20 years, when you're, what is the age? 20, 30, it is in number, so it is not really a decimal. Name, Java queries, it is a series of characters, nothing but a string, that is nothing but the name. Gender, male or female, it is like a character, a single digit character, so that is nothing but a different data. So there are different types of data sets, so we actually come across in programming languages like in real world. So for this we have standard data types that we'll see in the next screen. So int, float, string, char, as I mentioned, these are the data types available in Java. Not only in Java, these are common data types in any other programming language. So this session more inclines to Java because we are heading towards Java learning. So I'm declaring this variable like int age, float height, string name, char gender. This is nothing but declaration. You are declaring a variable called age. First of all, what is a variable? A variable is that holds a different value at different times. So varies, basically the value varies. The value that can be changed or altered later point of time in the program based on the need or requirement. Let us see further into details. Assignment and initialization. Actually, here we are doing more than assignment and initialization. We are also declaring a variable int age equal to 10. The single equal, whenever a single equal to is used in the statement, that is nothing but you are assigning a value 10 from right hand side to the left side. The value 10 goes from right hand side to left side. So after this statement, the variable age will hold the value of 10. And in the next statement I'm saying age is equal to 20. That means I'm removing the value 10 which is already there in the age and assigning the value 20. So this is called as assignment. We are trying to assign. In the first statement it is also assignment, it is also initialization, it is also declaration, all includes. In this next statement it is simply an assignment of 20 value to the variable age. Similar way, float height is equal to 5.5 and height is being changed to now 6.1 in the next statement. So you can see the refer like string name javaqueries.com and name is equal to Java developer. So the name is being changed to Java developer. At the during initialization time we assigned a value javaqueries.com. Later we are changing to Java developer. Similarly, gender is equal to F. I just miss here. Normally it is single quotes. We did not have single quotes here. We need to have single quotes. So next we are changing gender equal to M. One more thing I need to mention is Java is case sensitive. Because of this PowerPoint presentation, this is gender is being changed to capital G, but it should be remain the same case. Every case, lowercase gender and uppercase gender both are different. In this case, it's a very good example for us. These both are different declarations. So we need to make sure we declare in the same case. Next, access modifier scope. I'm just giving a brief. I'm not going into detail, but I just want to also give some information so that you don't be surprised or feel blank when I'm using these keywords in the beginning. So public means it's visible, like in a public parks, something like it's accessible to everyone. A similar way, something declared with the scope public, nothing but accessible for everyone, every class, every program. Private, restricted, limited scope. You say private, the home, this property is private property. Similar with the meaning applies here. It is limited or restricted to owners. Protected, less restricted and available to children via inheritance. Protected is something like it's excuse me, apart from owners, it is also available for somebody else. So here in this programming languages, it is for like inheritance, children and children classes, etc. So you can just remember this general meanings, and it's same applied in the programming language. We'll get into details when required in future sessions. Statements. Int age is equal to 20. We just saw the statement in declaration of variables. So this is nothing but a statement. String name is equal to javaqueries.com is also a statement. So declaration of variables is a statement. Assignment of variables is a statement. And executing a method or calling a method on an object is also a statement. Simple way system.out.print. This is my first statement. This prints a value. This is my first statement when it is executed. So this is also a statement. So there are three statements in this screen. So you don't need to mention when I say this is a statement. Each line that gets executed in a program is a statement. Methods. These are often called as methods in some languages and sometimes as functions. But anyway, both are same. So the standard structure of a method is like it has a access modifier, whether it is a public or a private or a protected, and it does mention what is the return value of this method. And when you say my method, it is name of the method, and it takes two parameters here in this case, but not necessary. It can also take only one parameter, it can take three parameters, it can take no parameters. So and this is like you write all statements, like you can declare a variables, you can declare some method, you can declare some for loops, you can write some print statements, you can check some conditions, calculations, whatever. You can write anything inside a method, whatever you can write in a program. And finally you can return some value, or you can just simply say return. That's all. So that means it is not going to return. When you don't return anything, then this gets changed. You need to mention as void. You need to write as void keyword, which is the standard keyword in Java. So for example, if you see a real method, how it looks like. Public access modifier, as I mentioned, the return data type is int. So you only tell return value data type, not the value. You just say data type, and the method name is add in this case, and the data type of the parameter is int, and the variable name, the parameter name is first number, and the next variable int second number. A similar way you can add comma and third number, or you can just end with first number. So here now you say this is one line which is nothing but a statement. What it is doing, int sum is equal to first number plus second number. It is adding two numbers and storing the value in the sum, and we are returning the value that is stored in the sum when this method execution is completed. At the last line in this method is return sum. The keyword, this is a return keyword like void, public, all these are the keywords in Java. So it is returning value sum. So this is where we write methods. So here in this case we are returning integer, but not always integer. You can return string, you can return different data structures that you might define. Conditional statements. So I'm using a method that we just learned and also trying to explain you conditional statements. What I am having here, it is a method called public void. So what I'm trying to say is void. What is void? We just discussed void means it does not return anything. This method does not return anything, and the name of the method is greeting. The name of the method is greeting. It takes two parameters of data type string. In earlier case it took two integer parameters. In this case it is taking two string parameters. It could be like one integer and one string, not necessarily same data type. String gender, string name. So what I'm trying to check is here, this is like, I'm trying to check a condition whether it is a male. The value that is passed through this method in the runtime, gender is equal to male. So if you notice here, I'm using two equals. When you say two equals, you are checking equality condition. When you use single equal like this, it is single assignment. So if gender equal to male, so first these two state, the gender double equal to male will be executed and evaluated, and that returns true or false. So when they both are same, it returns true. When it is both are not same, it returns false. If true, print what? System.out.println welcome Mr. whatever the value that is present in the name. For example, let's say we have javaqueries.com, it will print welcome Mr. javaqueries. If like for example, if say gender is equal to female, let's say the gender value that is stored is female, you will say system.out.println. So that means if it is true condition, it goes here. If it is false condition, it goes here. So similarly, we have another method which will demonstrate this one. If public void public void tell me even or odd number. It is taking one parameter in this case, and it is saying this is not really correct according to like mathematics, but just you can assume that number slash divide by 2 returns the remainder. So let's say it stores the remainder, not the quotient, remainder. If remainder is equal to 0, if remainder is equal to 0, then that means it is an even number. If the remainder is not equal to 0, that means it is an odd number. It is simple logic. I'm trying to demonstrate how the if condition statements are used in any programming language. If you do not understand now, you should not have any big concerns. While we are writing some programs and examples, you will get to used to it. Loop statements, nothing but repetitive. What is loop? You want to do some series of statements or same statement repetitively, then we use loops. So for example, there is a task, print my name 10 times, count equal to 0. So say begin, count less than 10. When we just told that this variable value count is 0, so count is 0, but we are trying to say count is less than, no, it is just initialize 0. So then you say system.out.println and javaqueries.com, because I want to print my name as long as it is not 10 times completed. If not, if it is greater than 10, please exit this program. So this is my logic for my loop statement. So I'm taking a for loop from Java and trying to explain this. You can use this with any programming language. It should look like similar, but it may differ in syntax. So for loop, what is this first portion? This is like declaration of a variable and also as well as initialization. This is executed only first time when it hits this for loop. And the next thing is I is less than or greater than 10 or equal to 10. So that means this is a condition. This is hit every time when the for loop is executed. And I plus plus, this is like an increment operator. When you use 2 plus at a time, that increments the value of that variable that is prefixed 2 times after the statement is executed. We will see these operators little bit later. So let's, for example, I is equal to 1 first time and the I is still less than 10. That's correct because I value is 1. And I plus plus, system.out.println, this executes, and the second time when it comes back to this line, it does not initialize. As I mentioned, it's only first time. Now it goes to I less than or equal to 10. Before even that, I forgot to mention, because it said I plus plus, after executing this statement, it increments I value is equal to I value plus 1. That means it is equal to 2. So I value is 2. So now 2 is less than or equal to 10. Yes, it is less than or equal to 10. It again prints this statement. So now I value becomes 2. Third time, fourth time, it goes on. When I value becomes 11, this will not enter into this squiggly braces. It just simply comes out. That means it only prints 10 times and it exits this for loop. So this is the way the loops are used in the program in required places. So if you have any questions, please feel free to post your questions at javaqueries.com. And I thank you for listening this video.